Good morning, internet strangers, and today we got another Stellar Blade update, and with that being said, let's get right into it. Stellar Blade will have three graphic modes. The creator of Stellar Blade will introduce multiple game modes for everyone to choose how they want to play the game. A recent interview from Play3.de and the creators of Stellar Blade provided some interesting details about the game. The interview shed lights on various aspects of the game, including the combat system, game world, and graphic modes. Hyung Tae Kim, the game director, and Dong Ji Lee, the technical director from the developers of Studio Shift Up, spoke about the game's combat system. They emphasized the need for strategies and skills in battles. Kim assured players that while challenging, the game would provide support features, allowing action game lovers of varying skill levels to enjoy the game. A great example of this would be Nier Automata, where you have these chips that you can equip to B2 and 9S that will allow them to auto dodge, auto block, and even auto attack. In more recent gaming, we have Grand Blue Fantasy. You have a full assist mode, a semi-assist mode, and then a full action mode. The full assist mode only requires you to move your character. Everything else will be done by the character themselves, unless you're playing on the final difficulties. If that's the type of game you can play, or that's the only way for you to play, depending on what your situation is, I think this is a great thing. I think more games should have assist modes instead of an easy, normal, and hard difficulty. The reason why that is because when you have easy, normal, hard, the developers have to spend time on scaling the game depending on the difficulty, and often what happens is that the end game isn't hard enough or the early game is way too easy. With an assist mode, the developers wouldn't have to spend time on scaling. They would only have to give the player AI like invincibility frames or auto dodges and auto blocks, kind of like in Final Fantasy 16, where you can add the accessories that make Clive pretty much invincible. Amidst the revelation, perhaps the most noteworthy detail was the information shared by Lee about the game's graphic mode. It was announced that Stellar Blade would offer three graphic modes, catering to different players' preference. These include a performance mode for smooth gameplay at 60 FPS, a resolution mode for 4K visuals, and a balance mode offering a mix of the two. I mostly play games on performance mode until I beat it. Once I've beaten it, I don't mind playing it on a graphic fidelity mode, but just for like my play style, and especially I'm playing a game that's like very high speed like Stellar Blade, I want to have the option of playing at 60 FPS because I find it's just smoother and it's easier for me to react. But the fact that they're putting in time and energy in creating not a new, but I feel like you don't see this often, especially on PS5. Correct me if I'm wrong, but because you guys roasted me last time when I was wrong. But I feel like there isn't a lot of PS5 games that have a middle ground. It's usually performance or fidelity. To go into a little more detail about the graphic modes the game will utilize, there are three in total. One, a performance mode that will have already mentioned that offers 60 FPS so you can experience a very pleasant gameplay. 2, there is also a resolution mode where you can enjoy the game in 4K. 3, and there is a balance mode in which we find a balance between the two previous modes. One of the most intriguing revelations was the inspiration drawn from the games like Nier Automata, Bayonetta, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order for crafting the combat experience in Stellar Blade. Kim shared that as players progress through the game, they will learn to parry, dodge, and employ different skills, making the combat more diverse and engaging. Now, I know they're speaking specifically about combat when they're mentioning Nier, Bayonetta, Sekiro, and Jedi Fallen Order. Great, fantastic. I've seen the gameplay and I concur. This is giving some very, very heavy Nier Automata vibes. However, I am interested in knowing, are they taking other aspects from the game other than just the combat system? Are we going to see a stagger meter like in Sekiro? Are we going to have a Metroidvania-esque like map to you get to certain areas early in the game that you can't explore because you don't have the correct skills or item, and as you progress through the game you gain the double jump ability or something like that, which allows you to traverse and to get into new areas you couldn't get into. I'm very happy that they're taking from those games to make Stellar Blade, but I am hoping that they're going to take more than just the combat to implement in the game, because for all the jank that came with Star Wars, the maps and the exploration in that game was phenomenal, and I would love to see that type of dedication in map building and world making implemented in Stellar Blade as well. The discussion about the game world revealed that Stellar Blade would explore a semi-open world, providing a balance of mix of linear and open gameplay. Kim and Lee highlighted the significance of incorporating linear elements to maintain the focus of narrative while also incorporating aspects of semi-open world. You see, this feels a lot like Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. The game had some open area hubs, however, it was a primarily story-driven game. There were some linear sections that you couldn't go back. If you were done, you were done. You couldn't do those areas again. And once you cleared them, you could explore the rest of that area. But certain areas were locked off only to the story. And honestly, I'm okay with it. I don't like open world games that are open world just for the sake of being open world. And I think more games should do this. Give us a semi-open world area, make it a bit smaller, make it a little bit more packed, give me things to do in the smaller open world instead of giving me a massive open world with nothing to do with. Having some linear sections also helps focus on the story, which is also a great thing. More games should be doing this. The creator also offered a glimpse into the game's storyline, detailing the protagonist's missions to reclaim Earth and the encounters with the survivors and enemies. Emphasized the evolving nature of the protagonist Eve, who develops emotionally and faces crucial decisions as the game progresses. A la 2B, this is straight up the storyline for Nier Automata, right? You play as an android who comes to Earth to free it from the robot invasion, and 2B is a pretty much soulless protagonist, and throughout the game she understands that she's allowed to feel and that she's not so different from the enemy. Are we going to see something similar to that? Or are we going to realize that the enemy in the game is just a reflection of ourselves? What do you guys think in the comment section below? Let me know. The interview also touched upon the support given by PlayStation. Kim expressed gratitude for the collaboration effort and technical assistance provided by the platform. So it looks like there's a lot of good coming with this game. Alright, a bit of a shorter update for you guys today, but an update is an update. I am so excited for this game. I cannot wait for the game to come out. I'm honestly more excited for this than I am for Black Myth Wukong, and I've been waiting for Black Myth Wukong for like 6 years now. I don't even know how long I've been waiting for that game. Before you guys head out, I want to let you know that I'm going to start. I might post a couple of videos that are not like gaming and anime related. They are still going to be in the same genre of style. It's going to be in the gaming sphere, technology. The channel will focus mostly on gaming and anime content, but you guys might see a video here and there that are not, 100% focused on gaming, and we're gonna see how that works out. Okay. Today's goal, by the way, is just 5 likes, and the monthly goal is to get us to 100 subscribers. I had a goal of 60. You guys blew that out of the water. I think we're at 97 right now. So if we can get to 100 before the end of the month, that would be fantastic. And while you're here, why don't you go in the comment section below, drop a comment, like, share, all that good stuff. And if you don't want to, well, remember, at the end of the day, I'm just some guy on the internet, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.